Hi, my name is Josiah and thank you for coming to my channel today. In today's video I'm going to talk about 5 TV shows that I think are really underrated. So let's get to it. Well everybody, hello, my name is Josiah and it's been a minute. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks. I've been busy with some things, but now I'm back. So today's video I wanted to talk about 5 TV shows that I thought were really underrated and I think are worth checking out. I know the setup's a little bit different. I'm kind of rearranging my room right now. I don't know how I feel about sitting at the desk. I'm just going to give it a shot, maybe for a video or two, and maybe I'll stay like this. But yes, 5 TV shows that I think are worth checking out, that are really underrated. And I know that it can be pretty tedious, starting a show because of how long shows are these days. I mean, shows nowadays are like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons long. So I know it's a little, like I said, it could be a little tedious. Some of you might be feeling apprehensive. But starting off at number 5, we have Better Off Ted. Better Off Ted is a comedy about a man named Ted who works at this company called Viridian Dynamics. And it's just about him and the shenanigans that he and his coworkers get into as they try to come up with products and come up with pitches to, market their products and to make the company very successful. What I remember of the show, it's just a lot of great characters, a lot of funny moments, as well as one thing that I thought this show did that was really unique was they would have like in-show commercials for Viridian Dynamics. I think if you watch like kind of like WandaVision, how they had kind of some like in-show commercials on that show. But it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and I wish the show did make it past just 2 seasons, but unfortunately, that's how things go sometimes. All right, number 4, we have The Night Of. The Night Of is also a shorter show. It's actually a mini series that came out on HBO Max, and it is the story of a young man named Nasir, who's played by Riz Ahmed, who was, borrowed his father's cab as he's trying to go to this party somewhere in the city, in New York, when he meets this girl, and after deciding to spend the night together, he wakes up in the middle of the night and finds out that she has been murdered. In his haste, he alerts one of the neighbors, and he gets arrested for her murder. And the show's just really like a drama about the process of what it's like going through being incarcerated and going on trial, as well as how that affects not only the person, but their family and friends on the outside. The show had a lot of great performances. I think it might be my favorite performance by Riz, aside from the recent Amazon movie Sound of Metal. And the show also has a lot of great music that I still listen to today. So I definitely want to go back and rewatch this show sometime soon. Alright, number 3. Number 3, we have Fringe. So Fringe is a kind of sci-fi kind of show. I think it's produced by J.J. Abrams or like Bad Robot Productions. And it's about a group of people that work in the Fringe division of the FBI, and they basically just investigate paranormal things and other things going on that are really abnormal that other people can't figure out. The show, like I said, it was very science fiction-y. They start dealing with like alternate dimensions and alternate timelines, and it was just a really great show with a really great cast and characters. And I definitely feel like this show is really underrated. I remember not too long ago, this was some years back, but I was in class with some friends of mine. This class was like, I don't know, around 60 people were in the class, and my friends and I, we were sitting at like the front. And the teacher, I don't even remember what the class was, but he was trying to come up with this example. And he was like, has anybody here watched the show Fringe? So I like shot my hand up. And, I did one of those things where like, you take a look around like. And I was the only person in the whole class who had my hand up. So that was, that was pretty awkward, but I'm not even sure if any of the people in that class even heard of Fringe. So check it out. Alright, number 2, we have Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot is a show, I'd say, at least the first season's kind of like Fight Club-ish, They're it's about a young man named Elliot Alderson who kind of gets mixed up with this hacker group, and this revolution that they're trying to start by wiping out all of the world's debt. And there was a lot of great performances and a lot of suspenseful episodes in the 4 seasons of this show. Rami Malek, I think this was pretty much his breakout role. I think he won an Emmy for season 2 or 3. And the show creator, Sam Esmail, he just has a unique design, a unique mind. Some of the ways that some of the shots and the frames are lined up. I remember there's this one of my favorite scenes in the show. It was like, I think in season 2 there was another hacker group out there, and they had like hitmen to tie up loose ends, and it's just this scene where the guy, somebody, his target that he's trying to kill is like sitting at a diner, and the camera's faced across the street, and you could see across the street into the window in the diner where he's sitting at the table, and a motorcycle pulls up, and he gets out and he walks across the street, and then right when he gets to the window, you see the street sign, the walk or stop sign. It's counting down, and it gets to 0 right when he gets on the other side of the street. And I thought that was just so impressive to me, that attention to detail, the way that he orchestrated that and set it up, I thought was a really nice, subtle touch. So Mr. Robot is definitely one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. I don't really watch TV shows over again. I usually watch an episode or 2, but I've really been considering watching Mr. Robot over again. So you should check it out. And last, number 1, this is a show that is still on air, and that is Barry. Barry is a dark comedy, I guess you could say, about a man who was like discharged out of the military, and he became a hitman, and he just doesn't really want to be a hitman anymore. He wants to do something else with his life. He wants to do something that would bring his life joy, fulfillment, and joy. And so he accidentally joins an acting class, and he wants to become an actor, but unfortunately the hitman life doesn't really want to let him go. So he's trying to balance between these two lives that he's living. He wants to break free from being a hitman, and wants to live a normal life and be an actor, while at the same time he keeps getting slowly roped back in and being blackmailed into being a hitman. And that's where a lot of the humor and a lot of the emotion of the show comes from. And there's only 2 seasons out right now. I'm still waiting on season 3, but I think it's a fantastic show, and more people should know about it and watch it. And that's it for today, guys. Those are 5 TV shows that I think are really underrated and are worth checking out. So I'll see you guys next time.